Elon Musk recently demoed some of his projects, and one of them is Optimus robot, the latest edition. And in the event, Optimus was walking around. There were about 10-20 of them. They were walking around and greeting people within the crowd. And people were asking all sorts of questions, and the robots were answering, you know. So initially when they came out, they were walking like robots, you know, the way robots walk. But then when people started engaging with them, they saw that these guys, these are voices of humans. So it's like they had humans in the background, you know, wirelessly connecting to the robots and moving the robots and responding to people. And some people ask the robots directly, are you human? And the robots will say, look, at this moment I'm assisted by a human. So we can understand then that the robots are not fully autonomous. At least some of them say that they are not fully autonomous. So humans are controlling them. And a lot of people started calling it a scam, saying like, why would you show us robots that are remotely controlled by humans? But I think they are missing the joke in that. If humans can now remotely control robots, do you know what that means? It means that fire service don't need real humans. Fire service can now be robot assisted. So maybe a fire service truck is now driverless, sure, you know, because we now have driverless cars. In the next 10 years, these robots are the ones that will go into buildings and rescue humans, because what? Fire can't hurt them. They don't have fear. They don't have the emotions we have. They can easily kick down doors. They have a lot of power, all right? They have a lot of inbuilt tools. You can imagine that the ones built for fire service will have extra tools around their bodies, you know, and they can carry gas tanks. It also means that police don't need humans for the most cases. If you come to a police, if you come to a police state CID or whatever to make statements, the robot can confidently and comfortably take your statement. You know, ChatGPT can now think and communicate with you normally like a normal human being. It can take your statement. These are some of the positive aspects, but then you start seeing the negative aspects. For instance, Elon Musk was saying that it can be used at home, that it will be sold for $30,000, that it can now carry your baby and nurse your baby. Okay, interesting. What if one day you wake up and realize that you are trapped inside your house because the robot has locked the door and is manning outside the door, and then you try to ask it why? It says no, the government has locked you for your safety so that you will not go out and join the protest that is happening. Maybe people want to protest against the government. You are locked. Imagine that somebody remotely hacks it, because it uses the internet. Anything that uses the internet can be hacked. So imagine that it's remotely hacked. This thing automatically becomes a murder weapon. If it's hacked, it can terminate you in your own house. It's different from having a phone that listens to you. You know, we have phones now and our phones are listening to us. And we're complaining that, why is your phone listening to all your conversation? Who else is on the other end? I don't think many people know that their phone has ears now and is listening. All your conversations, everything you're doing with your husband in the house, your wife, you're knacking, you're planning anything. Any day you wake up and decide to plan anything against one of the governments listening, they will knock on your door the next day. And you're carrying your phone everywhere. It's plotting a map. Do you know there's a place you will go and your phone will show you everywhere you have ever been since you bought the phone? Your phone is plotting a map. Not just that, it's tracking everything you have every website you have ever visited. So if you go to history.google.com, you'll be amazed at how much things your phone knows about you. All the apps you have installed, uninstalled, all those things. Now imagine if something with a physical body inside your house. Now, it's not just the one inside your house that is dangerous. The one in your neighborhood is dangerous, because imagine that somebody wants to assassinate you and they hack the one that is down the street since you don't have it. That one can easily open the door from the house it's in and walk over to your house and eliminate you. And these things don't have emotion. Just look at how they look. If it's a human being, you can tell by the face when the human being is having bad intention. If you look at the eyes, facial expression. But when it comes to a robot, but then there's another aspect of it. If you look at the robots, all the humanoid robots they are building have the same feature. They are trying to make them look like humans. Actually, they're trying to make them walk like humans. I think that's where they're making the mistake. A robot doesn't need to walk like a human. It's more effective to walk on wheels. Do you understand? You only negotiate staircases and some certain unique scenarios like human legs, like you raise your leg like this. It's only very certain unique scenarios that you can negotiate that way. But walking on paved roads and a lot of things, you don't need. You walk faster and better if you're on wheels. So I believe that the legs of the robot they have been trying hard to make it look like human legs. They should just put wheel there, like skateboard, something like that, wheels, like roller skates. You know, the robot will easily be able to glide around and move around easily. Instead of the way it's walking, if you see the way the robots are, if you see the way they are, that is making it look like they still have so much years to go because of the way they are walking like fowl. You know, but the next 10 years will be very interesting. Imagine children born this year and they grow up seeing this thing as the norm. We're already seeing children born in the 2010s, like 2007, 8, 9, 10, when smartphones came. Smartphone came out around 2008. Children born in 2008, right now, they grew with smartphones. You see how they are thinking. The thinking is no longer complete because smartphone has taken away part of the thinking. Some of them, they are forming their character through social media. Social media is determining how they will feel for the day, their mood. You know, the way some celebrities feel is the way they feel for the day. They are thinking through social media. Now imagine people born with robots. They can't do anything again because robots does it all. The car can drive itself. You know, the house can clean itself. This robot can clean houses. It can do cobwebs. It can do a whole lot of things. So there's nothing like domestic help again. You pay $30,000 once, then you pay a $100 monthly subscription fee. Then this thing walks around your house, carrying your babies, cleaning, doing a lot of things. It's amazing what the future will hold. But all in all, if you're watching this, you need to know that anytime a new idea or technology is coming out, it always comes out with a lot of new business prospects. So now that AI is coming out, there's a whole lot of businesses and money to be made, especially people who are positioned properly. Do you understand? A whole lot. As these people are building their humanoid robots and AI and everything, business opportunities are coming up, but people are not paying attention. You know, what people are looking at is the business opportunities that they are terminating. Because this thing now, many jobs will be lost. All the house helps, nannies, their jobs will be lost because this robot can do it. House cleaners, cooks, job lost because this robot can do it. Do you understand? So a lot of jobs are going with this robot. A whole lot are disappearing. So at the end of the day, as you're building your robot, remember that a whole lot of opportunities are opening up and you can take advantage if you position yourself properly. Maybe educate yourself in the field. Maybe look around you more properly. And even now that I'm speaking about it, a lot of people have started making a lot of money from using some of these AI tools. So this message is not for everybody. Those who are positioned properly already know what I'm talking about. That AI will be one of the biggest businesses for the next 10 years. The way crypto was for the last 10 years. Some of the biggest investments that were made last 10 years, were on crypto. People that bought Bitcoin early. Now we have entered a new era of AI. People that buy into AI related businesses. I'm not talking about stock investment. You know what I mean by people that focus on AI will make